Hi guys, look at this. What's that? What is that?
I think it's a scorpion.
We bought it at Portland at the restaurant, babe.
Where were we?
Bridgeside.
Oh, we were way up the Columbia Gorge.
Just in front of Bonneville Dam.
Bonneville Dam, yes.
So, it's a bit scary, but the Scorpio, if you can see it, is in the middle. So if Michael and I are careful, we won't be able to lick that.
It's on the back side, guys. So I'm only gonna lick the front side.
Don't be chicken.
Look, it's got the big pinchers in the front and everything. Can you see?
Babe.
And it's got the tail with the stinger.
Do it, babe. Lick it.
She knows I hate bugs with a passion, especially spiders, but something bit my arm. She'll tell you we were having a big fight, which we don't usually have big fights, but we had this big fight.
About driving.
Yes, because I was being too mean about a mistake she was making. We'll talk about it in some other video when we're gossiping about each other. But anyway.
Do it, babe. You first.
It's Fear Factor, I think.
Put it in your mouth.
She's, can be...
I'm a Scorpio.
See the tail? Let's see if
do
you
it.
Can see the tail.
Do it. Do it, babe.
Tastes like strawberry with a slight scorpion aftertaste.
Nah. Really?
Strawberry.
Strawberry.
Slightly minty. Slight hints of mint. What do you think, babe?
I think it's psychological. I can feel a tingling. Can you?
There's a slight tingle to it. And we don't mean ASMR tingle when we say that. I'm a little skeptical.
I'm going to read a fairy tale while I try to lick this carefully or eat it carefully.
Just don't get down to the scorpion.
Yeah.
Just lick this side, the rounded side. I would be quite paranoid.
Someone commented that I only really do 2 minutes or a few minutes of ASMR, and the rest of the time I just talk.
I don't think that's true. That her talking's not ASMR, because it is. Because her whisper and her voice are both very, very relaxing. And so I see in her comments there are subbies who say, don't talk.
Just eat.
Do the eating noises. But I think the majority of people want Scorpio Ann to share a little bit of whispering and soft-spoken talking, because her personality is very interesting and always authentic, by the way.
So, as a compromise, I will read a fairy tale, so I'm still talking, but it's still considered ASMR since it's fairy tale.
probably make an eating video without talking, with just sounds, just to please that subset of the subby population who wants sounds only.
I have done those.
Yeah.
And it's not always getting views. So.
Most don't like it. So those of you complaining need to realize 90% of her subbies want to hear from Joanne. So, am I released now?
Yes.
Ah, very good. By the way, when she gets angry, she has a stinger like this scorpion right here. She's got a stinger that comes out. So we have to be a little bit careful, not to get her too riled up. All right.
I wonder how the scorpion tastes, but I won't eat it. Okay, guys, I will get the. Wait, I will wait for Michael. Oh no, he went to the other bay. I will choose get the book. I will top it a little bit. So the title is it's Hans Christian Andersen's story or tale, The Emperor's New Clothes. Many years ago, there lived an emperor who was fond of new clothes, that he spent all his money on them. He was not interested in his soldiers or in the theater or into driving in the park unless there was an opportunity to show off his new costumes. He had a different outfit for every hour in the day. And so, instead of saying, as one usually does about an emperor, he is in his council hall, here one said, the emperor is in his dressing room. The great city in which the emperor lived was a busy one. Many strangers visited it. Among the many who came one day were two swindlers. They told everyone that they were weavers and that they knew how to weave the most beautiful cloth that could ever be imagined. And the colors and patterns of this cloth, they said, were most delicate. Indeed, they added, clothes made of this material would seem invisible to those who were either unsuited to the office they held or were very, very stupid. There must be wonderful clothes, thought the emperor. If I wear them, I will be able to tell which men in my realm or unfitted for their office, and I shall know who is wise and who is stupid. Yes, I must order some cloth to be woven immediately. And so he gave the two swindlers great sums of money, as he wished them to begin to work for him at once. The weavers put up 2 looms and pretended to be very busy, but there was nothing on the looms. They asked for the very finest silk and the most expensive gold, and there in this they kept themselves, but they sat at the empty looms far into the night. I would like to know, thought the emperor, how much work has been completed on my clothes. But he felt a little uncomfortable when he remembered that anyone who was unsuited for his position or was very foolish would not be able to see the material. He felt that he himself had no need to fear. However, he decided to send someone else for the inspection. Everyone in the city knew of the clothes' magical powers. All were eager to see who was evil or who was stupid. I think I will send my loyal old cabinet minister to the weavers, thought the emperor. He should be able to see the cloth better than anyone, for he is clever. No one else is as capable as he. So the kindly old minister went into the room where the 2 impostors were busily working at their empty looms. Merciful heavens, thought the good man, beginning to stare. Can I be stupid? I can't see anything. But he said nothing at all. The 2 swindlers urged him to tell them if he were satisfied with their progress, and if he didn't think the colors and design were beautiful. And they pointed to the empty looms. Don't you have anything to say? Asked one of the weavers. Oh, it is most exquisite, said the poor old man, adjusting his spectacles. The colors and design are unusual. I shall tell the emperor that I am quite satisfied. We are happy to know that you are pleased, said the swindlers, and they pointed out the subtle patterns and colors again. The minister listened with care. He wished to report everything to the emperor. Then the swindlers asked for more money, and more silk and more gold. This again they put aside for themselves and went on weaving as before on the empty looms. Soon the emperor sent another official to see how the weavers were progressing and how soon the cloth would be finished. But this official too could see nothing at all on the looms. "Isn't this material magnificent?" asked the swindlers, pointing to colors and designs which were not there. "I am sure I am not a stupid man," thought the official. "Therefore I must be unsuited to my office. It is very strange, but I surely cannot let anyone know." So he admired the cloth, which he could not see, and praised the brilliance of the colors and the intricacy of the design. "It is very beautiful," he told the emperor. Now everyone in the city was talking about the wonderful material, and the emperor decided to see it while it was still being woven. Accompanied by a group of special courtiers, among whom were the two who had already seen the imaginary cloth, he went to call upon the two weavers, whose hands were busily at work in the empty chair above the looms. "Isn't it magnificent?" cried the loyal officials who had been there before. "Look at the amazing pattern, Your Majesty, and the colors." And they pointed to the empty looms, for they believed that the others could see the material. "What can this mean?" thought the emperor. "I see nothing at all. How terrible! Am I a fool, and I unfit to be emperor? Am I unfit to be emperor? Oh, nothing more dreadful could happen to me." But aloud he said, "It is handsome indeed. We approve." And he gazed at the empty looms. He too would not admit that no cloth was there. One by one, the courtiers looked at the looms. One by one, they could see nothing on the looms at all. But they all said, "Handsome indeed," and suggested that he wear the new clothes in a great procession which was soon to take place. But they all said. The emperor agreed, and before leaving, decorated each of the swindlers with special orders which were to be hung in their buttonholes, and gave them the title of Knights of the Cloth. On the night before the procession, the weavers stayed up late, burning 16 candles so that everyone could see how hard they were working on the emperor's new clothes. They pretended to take the material down from the looms. They made great cuts in the air with their huge scissors. They even made stitches with needles which held no thread. Finally, they announced the emperor's new clothes are ready. The great day had arrived. The emperor himself went to the weavers with his highest officials, and the two impostors lifted their arms as if they were holding something and said, "Look, here are the trousers, here is the coat, and here is the mantle." So they went on. It is as light as a spider's web. One might think when donning it that one had nothing on, but that is the beauty of it. "Oh yes," said all the courtiers, but they could see nothing, for there was nothing to see. Will your Imperial Majesty graciously allow himself to be disrobed?" asked one of the swindlers. "Then we may put the new clothes in front of this great mirror." And so the emperor took off all his clothes, and the swindlers pretended to put on the new costume, one article after another. Finally, they seemed to fasten something around his waist, which was the train. And the emperor turned round and round before the mirror. "How wonderful the emperor looks! What a beautiful fit!" Everyone exclaimed. "Look at the pattern and colors. The canopy which is to be carried above your Majesty in the procession is now outside," announced the master of ceremonies. Look guys, you can see. I won't lick it anymore because I can feel something. "I am ready," said the emperor, and he turned around again and again in front of the great mirror. Then the chamberlains who had been appointed to carry the train groped along the ground with their hands and pretended to lift the train in the air. They did not dare to let anyone know that they held nothing at all. And so the emperor walked forth under the splendid canopy, and all the people cried from the streets and from the windows, "Behold the emperor! How beautiful are his new clothes! See the royal train!" No one would say that he could not see the new clothes, for that would meant that he was unfit for his office or that he was stupid. Never before had the emperor's clothes made such a sensation. Suddenly a little child cried out, "But he has nothing on." "Ah, listen to the innocent," said the father, and the people began to repeat in whispers what the child had said. "But he has nothing on." A child says, "He has nothing on at all," they said. And at last everyone cried, "The emperor has nothing on." And the emperor trembled, for he knew that they spoke the truth. But he told himself, "The procession cannot stop now." And so he walked on more proudly than before, and the chamberlains followed, holding on high the train which was not there. The end. So guys, I stopped eating because you can see the antlers on top, if you can see that. And I will see after this video if my girl can feel the antlers. Hopefully he can't hear me. So guys, I do listen to your comments, even when it's a comment like that. It wasn't meant to be hateful, but nobody really likes criticisms. It does help me, it helps everyone to improve. So I will try to do things that are still ASMR while I show something or do something or eat something. But some of you do like to hear my advice or hear how my day was, so I will still do those, but I would alternate with, shall we say, pure ASMR things, just for variety. But of course it hurts when I read something like that, because one of the reasons I love my channel is for me to vent. As you know, I don't tell you my last name, and I don't really tell everything about myself, about my family, so it feels good to be able to vent, but I will still do like authentic ASMR or old-fashioned ASMR and mix things like this. The problem is they don't really get a lot of views because, as Michael said, many of you like my personality, and that doesn't really come out when it's things I have to prepare. I'm more spontaneous when I, like for example, if I eat, and of course I can't eat everything, so it's just natural I stop eating and then tell you about my day. Excuse me. I do want this channel to be bigger, so I will try to alternate just so I can attract more viewers and more views. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Sorry if I scared you with this. It was a bit exciting to have it on a video, but I will probably throw this. Yeah, it was a bit scary. Okay guys, happy Halloween. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to this channel, ScorpioAnnYT. Please click on the, is there still a bell? But yeah, please go to my husband's ASMR channel also, Michael Soothing ASMR, and my daughter's 2 channels, Ariavel and Art and Beauty Freak. Thank you so much for watching. I love you.